Cook County property tax bills just landed, and a lot of people are getting hit way harder than they expected. In some neighborhoods on the south and west sides, the typical homeowner bill did not just go up a little, it jumped by 80, 90, or even 100% in 1 year. In West Garfield Park, the median bill went up almost $2,000, about a 133% increase. In North Lawndale, nearly $1,900, or around 99%. In Inglewood, about $600, which is around 82%. So what actually happened here, and is there anything regular homeowners can do besides panic? These are the second installment bills for the tax year of 2024. About 1.8 million of them went out, and they were mailed around November 14th, and they are due by December 15th. Normally those second bills show up in July and are due in August, so everything is about 4 months late. The county has been trying to move its entire property tax system onto a new software. That upgrade dragged on, so all the data they need to actually create the bills came out late. And this is why things hit people right before the holidays with 30 days to pay. Now let's look at the jump. The treasurer says the median Chicago homeowner bill went up about 16.7% to around $4,400. This is the biggest percentage increase in the last 30 years. City homeowners together will pay roughly $469 million more than they did last year, but at the same time, Loop commercial buildings will pay more than $129 million less. So yes, something big shifted. Here's a short version of how this works. Local governments decide how much money they want to collect, that is the levy. The county estimates what every property is worth, and that's the assessment, and then they split the levy across all those values. Homes are usually taxed on 10% of their value. Commercial buildings are taxed on 25% of their value. So when homes go up in value and offices downtown lose value, and also when tax cuts, the bill slides onto the homeowners. And this is exactly what's happening this year. The Loop used to be what really helped the tax base. Since COVID, it's been limping around. Offices and malls lost tenants, some buildings went half empty, owners took those vacancy numbers to the assessor and the board of review and said that these are now worth less. And many of them got big assessment reductions, which cut their tax bills. Like Water Tower Place on Michigan Avenue went from paying around $16 million a year in property taxes to about $6.8 million. Meanwhile, some rehabbed places like Old Post Office and Willis Tower have seen their tax bills jump because they filled up with new tenants. But overall, the core Loop is carrying less of Chicago's total tax burden than it did a few years ago. The money local governments want did not go down though. So that missing downtown share has to come from somewhere, and it's coming from all the neighborhoods. Now add what happened on the south and west sides. After the foreclosure crisis, a lot of homes in black neighborhoods lost value and stayed depressed for years. The Treasurer's report points out that in most recent assessments, values in many of those neighborhoods finally came back up, and in some cases climbed faster than values in wealthier areas. So on paper, that looks like good news. Equity is higher, the house is officially worth more. In reality, though, those higher values mean bigger assessments. Those assessments are getting hit at the exact same time the Loop is paying less and the total levy is higher. That is how you end up with a median bill in somewhere like West Garfield Park jumping 133% in 1 year. And to make it worse, the treasurer found that homeowners on the south and west sides appealed their assessments less often. In wealthier neighborhoods and in the commercial world, appealing is just part of the playbook. If you never appeal and your area is finally seeing values go up, you are exposed. So you have three things that are stacked on top of each other. Government asking for more money overall, downtown offices getting tax cuts, neighborhood values rising, especially in black communities that were underwater for years. And now put that together and you get exactly what you're seeing now. People are going to raise some fair points on this, so let me hit a few of them. We need to fund schools and services. This is true. Property taxes pay for CPS, police, fire, libraries, parks, and then a bunch of other stuff. The total tax bill for Chicago went from about $6.8 billion to roughly $8.3 billion in 5 years. That's a 22% increase. Another one is it's not just black neighborhoods, which is also true. Fulton Market, Logan Square, Westtown, Irving Park, Bronzeville, Pilsen, and others are carrying more of the tax load because values and development exploded there. But when you rank the percentage jumps in the latest round, black neighborhoods on the south and west sides are right at the top. Another one is downtown needs help. The Loop does need a plan. Office to apartment conversions and assessment cuts might be part of that. The question is whether the cost of that rescue is being spread fairly, or if it is falling hardest on the people with the least room in their budgets. Those are all real tensions, and you don't have to pick only one of them. Now the part that actually matters if you're staring at a big number on your bill. First, you need to check every exemption. Homeowner, senior, disabled, veteran. A missed exemption can easily cost you hundreds of dollars. The Cook County Treasurer and Assessor both have online tools where you can see what is on file and where you can fix missing exemptions. Second thing is to look up your assessment and compare it to similar homes that are near you. If your place is way higher than what similar houses are selling for on your block, consider filing an appeal or talking to a tax attorney or appeal firm. The downtown landlords did not just sit there and accept their numbers. They use the appeals system hard. Homeowners can too, but only if you move before the deadline passes. Third, if you know you cannot pay the full amount on time, talk to the treasurer's office about payment plans. There are installment options, and the interest gets added monthly. It's not ideal, but it's better than quietly sliding towards a tax sale. And fourth, if your bill has jumped at least 50% since 2021 and your income is below certain limits, look at the Homeowner Relief Fund. It is a one-time $1,000 payment, but for some families, that can be the gap between keeping up or falling behind. And of course, none of this is perfect, but the point is simple. The same way big office towers and malls fought for their tax reductions, you are allowed to push back on your own assessment and make sure you are not paying more than your fair share. So here's where that leaves us. Total property taxes went up. Downtown office and retail buildings found a way to pay less. Values in a lot of neighborhoods, especially black neighborhoods, finally rose and then got taxed harder. And regular homeowners are now carrying more of the load. If your bill jumped, just know that you're definitely not alone. And for now, if you're willing, drop your neighborhood and roughly how much your bill changed in the comments. Don't put your address though. We don't need to see that. But I want people to see how wide this really is.